I have a confession to make. I had an IEP in all of school until college. What does that mean? Before an IEP can be written, your child must be eligible for special education. So, before this story starts, me having a learning disability has nothing to do with my unfortunate ableism past, but if I'm going to gain any sympathy, just understand that I learn slower than the rest. I'm in the separate testing room taking 15 extra minutes on a test that has 5 questions. Thank you. So now that we've gotten it out of the way that I don't perceive the world as good as I could, I actually did get accepted into college. It was pretty impressive, and that I got into college means I had to go to the college campus pre-corona, and I had to do like a spirit week on the first week. So it's a lot of people, a lot of stimulation, a lot of talking to new faces, and mainly not being myself in front of others, which is very hard for me. But before I knew, you didn't really have to show up to any of the Spirit Week stuff. I did show up to all the events, and one of them was a privilege event where we got to walk around and talk about our economic, racial, like country privileges, and one of them was actually ableist privileges. And that was the one I didn't get to go to talk about. So we had to like go from each section to section talking about like, oh, I feel bad because of this. It didn't really work out for me too well because each section I go to, I'm pretty much the target audience for who should be the most privileged. So not a lot of sympathy for me if I ever said anything again. But we only got to rotate through 5 of like the 6 categories, and I never got to go to the ableism one. So I never got to discuss like that I had a learning disability because I thought that would be the biggest disability there. The fact that I can't sit still. Looking back at it now, I can easily see that ADHD wouldn't really be the biggest disability out of a group of like 100 people. I didn't know that yet, and I'll never assume that again. So once we broke out of our groups talking about our privileges, the counselors, I guess, the Spirit Week people were like, okay, we're going to work on a team building, uplifting exercise. Everyone's going to break up into groups of 2, and you're going to play rock, paper, scissors versus each other, and whoever loses has to cheer for the other person, and eventually their group will go bigger and bigger and bigger as the teams collide, and then we all start cheering for one guy, and eventually it's one mass cheering for one guy, and another mass cheering for another guy or girl. And I was like, okay, not a big deal. I mean, rock, paper, scissors is pretty dumb to do this for because you can't, like, win or be more skillful because you're going from new opponent to new opponent, so it's like, whatever, I don't really care. I'm not that competitive. Or so I thought, until they randomly put you with someone, and I didn't get to choose my group person at all. So I get paired up with my rock, paper, scissors partner. It's some other guy, and I'm already telling myself, whatever happens, happens. I don't care. It's rock, paper, scissors. There's not much I can really do to change anything like this. I'll just cheer for him if I win, or if I lose. And if I win, he'll just cheer for me, and I'll probably lose like 2 rounds down the line. Obviously, not a whole lot of confidence was built up inside of me at this time. So I don't really care whatever happens. I don't bother to count 1, 2, 3, shoot. I'm cool. I just hit my wrist 3 times and then throw out scissors. I even remember I threw out scissors. Of course, something goes wrong. I hit my hand 3 times. I throw out scissors. His hand is still just sitting there, hasn't done a thing, and then he just starts playing his like own 2-second lag delay version of rock, paper, scissors where he throws out rock. And I'm asking myself, am I really going to be the guy who gets upset over rock, paper, scissors, or I'm going to let this little punk cheater just take it? And I said, you know what? I'll be the bigger man. This guy's a prick, but whatever. I'll be the bigger man. He can cheat and win. I'll cheer for him. Doesn't matter to me. I just hate this guy, though. So you'd expect if he knows he cheated once, he's not going to do it twice, because it would just be obvious, as you'd expect. Lo and behold, I go on to, of course I have to cheer for this guy now, which sucks even more, because I'm literally cheering for a cheater, but I don't want to be kicked out by the privilege police, so I'm like, wow, let's go, good job, asshole, I hate him, and he does it again! There's this girl, she throws out paper. Him and his own version of the game, where he processes at 2 years a second per regular time, if that even makes sense, he processes it so slow that he throws out scissors. Lucky guess, man. What is this? And then she has no problem with it. You spineless jelly invertebrate. She has no problem with him clearly cheating. And I'm getting really upset because now there's like 6 people cheering this guy. And then there's the next person. He cheats again. There's 16 people. And on and on and on. He cheats every single round and no one cares. Why does no one care but me? What is going on? Does everyone else just want this world to fail but me? It is 50 people, or actually 49 cheering and him, versus another team of 49 cheering and them. It's an exact 100 amount. And they're all cheering. It's the final round. And they throw out rock. And I'm like, there's no way he's going to cheat in front of 100 people, including himself. There's no way this can happen. They throw it out. People are screaming. People are yelling. They have no idea what's coming. They have no idea they're facing an imposter. And you know what he does? He waits! He waits and throws out paper. He waited in front of all these people. He has no shame. No shame. And he doesn't even realize he won. He doesn't care. He's too busy, probably wondering how he got away with this. Oh, and I'm furious. I can't go on with this. The privileged police are telling us to pick up our privileged papers where we had to write one thing about ourselves that we hate or something. I don't know. I don't care. And we have to keep picking them up, and I'm picking up other people's things. And of course, I'm peeping in there to see what they hate about themselves. A lot of them are actually really hard on themselves. Like, people should really not be this hard on themselves. Whatever. I'm picking them up. The dude in the back, the cheater, the infamous winner of the entire competition, isn't picking up anything. In fact, he's looking around as if he wants to help, but can't. Because he's awful. Not only did he cheat, he's not helping pick up the paper. And I decide at this point, there's nothing I can do. I can't stand up for these people. I know they don't know any better, but I can't go talk to this guy either because he's just so far down the rabbit hole. Nothing I say or do will matter to help him. He's just plain mean, plain bad, and he should not be here because I hate him. And I'm furious. I'm like, whatever, I'll just talk to my friend. He's the only other guy I know. I'm like, dude, that kid cheated the whole way through the competition, and he didn't pick up any piece of paper. I hate him. He is an asshole. I hate this guy. My friend says, look at him. I'm like, what do you mean look at him? I hate him. I'm not going to look at him. And he says, no, look at him. So I look at the back of the room where he's not picking up anything, mind you. But he is actually picking up one thing. He's picking up a pair of jet black glasses to wear inside, probably because he's a douchebag, and that's what douchebags use. They wear glasses indoors. So, yeah, I'm like, yeah, dude, I see him. I totally hate him. And he's like, no, look at what he's picking up that you didn't help him pick up because he doesn't know how to see because he's blind, and he's reaching for his cane pole because you didn't help him pick it up and said you were picking up the piece of paper while you were watching him look for his pole because he's blind. The kid was blind. And I hated him the entire time. I've hated this kid. He's blind. He couldn't do... I decided to not say 1, 2, 3, shoot. And that way he just went whenever he thought he had to go. He didn't know any better. He's been blind this whole time. He's probably had to listen to when people throw out the symbol or sign somehow with echolocation and determine when he should throw it out. So I've been hating this kid who I probably should have helped. I didn't help him even walk to the next group. I was like, why is every group approaching us? Apparently everyone else had put it together that he was blind. How did I not put that? How does everyone else know this but me? Probably because I didn't go to the ableism group, but I didn't know that because I'm an ableist. Oh my god. I don't know how I live knowing this. I never got to say sorry or anything because he doesn't know. He doesn't know anything was wrong. He was just playing the game. He doesn't know that I totally thought that he was the worst person ever and that he was cheating. And I told someone else that he was cheating. He just doesn't know. He was just doing that and no one was helping him. I was supposed to be there to help him and I let him struggle. And I live with that. Every day. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. I'm gonna go do some charity work or something.